Guys, Teresa here with Gig Harbor Self-Defense. Hey, welcome to my video channel, Sippy Cups and Safety Chats. Just a mom here on a mission to empower other moms with self-defense strategies. Today, I have a question. What is the number one self-defense strategy women should know? And before I get into that, I want to talk about how typically when we think about self-defense, we immediately go to kicking, punching, biting, scratching, all of those fun things, that the physical aspects of self-defense. And I'm not going to lie, those are fun. They're great. They are necessary to learn. But ideally, the best strategy when it comes to self-defense is avoiding it. Anytime you can avoid a physical altercation or a physical situation, it's an automatic W, ladies. It is a win in your column. Because I don't know about you, I'm trained in self-defense. I fight pretty much every weekend and teach fighting skills, but it's not something I want to do. I don't look forward to going out on the street and getting attacked or getting into a physical altercation. Plus, I'm not going to go out there and put somebody in a chokehold or an armbar. This is not UFC. This is not WWE. It's not karate. It's not martial arts. Self-defense is about awareness, avoidance, and being able to protect yourself confidently and effectively. And as quickly as you can, because again, nobody wants to be out there fighting. So get the heck out of there. So avoiding a situation altogether is your main focus. Or if you can't avoid it, how to escape it as quickly as possible. So I'm going off on a tangent here. But back to that question, the number one strategy all women should know when it comes to self-defense, in my opinion, is being aware and trusting your gut. So let me talk a little bit about a woman's superpower. And if you watched my video last time, I talked about how intuition is a woman's, gosh, it really is a superpower. We have something so amazing, such an empowering skill that can really save us. I don't know how to describe it, but sometimes when we feel that something is wrong, something is wrong. We might not have any reason to feel that way. We might not have any clues, no nothing. Just our intuition tells us something is not right. And that right there, ladies, that is your main focus when it comes to self-defense. If your gut tells you something isn't right, listen to it. So this kind of takes me back to a story. Oh my gosh, decades ago, maybe not 2 decades, but close to it. I was young. I was in my early 20s, I think. Doesn't matter. I'm getting off on a tangent again. But I was in the drive-thru. I was getting lunch one day. I was in the drive-thru. And there was a truck in front of me. Now, this truck wasn't doing anything wrong. They were playing their music a little loud. But nothing out of the ordinary from where I lived. They weren't doing anything. They weren't saying anything. They weren't being obnoxious. But for some reason, I don't know what it was about this truck. My gut, my intuition told me something was wrong. And I sat there and studied the back of this truck. He had several different stickers on the back of his truck, and I studied them. I just paid attention to what they looked like. I memorized what they looked like for no other reason other than something didn't feel right. And at the end of the day, if I was wrong, what did I lose? Nothing. I was sitting in the drive-thru. I was bored anyway. I studied the back of this person's truck. Anyway, they got up to the window and I hear screaming. And the next thing I know, I see money exchanged outside the window. And I realized at that moment, this guy just robbed the drive-thru. Holy crap. He just literally robbed them, drove off. Now I pull up to the window. The lady is nowhere to be found. Obviously, she's definitely petrified. She had ran away. And at that moment, I realized that I'm not going to get my lunch. I'm also not going to be able to help this lady by sitting here. So I'm in my car. I felt pretty safe. I decided to follow the guy, and I did. Sped out of the drive-thru. I got right behind him. I followed him all the way to his house. I called 911, told them where he was at, where he lived. Cops showed up, they arrested him. And then I went back to the fast food place and sat there and waited for police. They took my name, they took my number. I filled out a police report. And in my police report, I basically drew a picture of what the back of this guy's truck looked like. Fast forward a few months later, I get subpoenaed to court to testify. And the attorney starts talking to me, and he's holding a picture of the truck and a picture of what I drew in the police report, and they are literally identical. Every picture I drew was exactly where it was on the truck window. Every sticker that I drew looked exactly like the sticker on his truck. And the guy was asking me, how did you have time to do this? And I told him, I just had this gut feeling that something wasn't right. I had no idea that he was going to rob the place. I just had that intuition that something wasn't right. And I studied. Now, mind you, I got in a lot of trouble with the cops for following this guy because I did not know that he was armed. And I'm pretty sure had I known, I probably would have still done the same thing. But I followed him and they told me never do that again. But thank you for doing that. He had actually been wanted. He was, a serial armed robber or something like that. He had robbed several places and they were looking for this guy. And I was able to help put a really bad guy away for many, many years, which is really cool. But anyway, I did all of that just off of intuition. So intuition is huge, huge. Listen to it. That is your first key in self-defense. It's your foundation. If something feels wrong, don't do it. Get the heck out of there. Avoid, escape, evade, whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe. If you're in a parking lot, go inside the grocery store and ask somebody from the store to walk you out to your car. If you are at work, ask a coworker to walk you outside. If you're in a store, leave. If you're at a bank, leave. If you're at a park, leave. Go to a different area, anything, whatever you need to do to get yourself safe, listen to your gut. It is always better to be wrong in that situation and to have listened to your gut and caused yourself to be minorly inconvenienced versus to be right and have ignored your gut. And now you're in a very sticky, dangerous situation. With that being said, awareness is also very important when it comes to self-defense. You need to know what is going on around you. Pay attention. Pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to the people around you, pay attention to your environmental factors. If you're at a park, make sure you can see where there are places that people might be hiding. Is it nighttime? Is it daytime? Are there, slick roads? Where are your emergency exits when you're grocery shopping? All of those things are huge. If you're in a parking lot and the parking lot is basically empty, but there's one car parked right next to you and you're far off in the boonies of the parking lot, but there's one car parked right next to you and there's a person sitting in that car, pay attention to those things. 9 times out of 10, there's no nefarious reason. It is what it is. But that 1 out of 10 times that there is some malicious intent going on, don't fall for it because you followed your gut, you followed your intuition, and you were aware of your situation. So awareness, intuition, huge, 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 huge. Pay attention. Never walk around alone with your ear pods in, being on your phone. Get off your phone. Head up, confidence, eye contact when you talk to people. Say hi. Small talk goes a long way. You don't have to stop and say anything to them, but just say, hey, how's your day going? As you're walking past. It's enough to throw a wrench in somebody's plan, especially if they're working off of that element of surprise. They're not expecting you to notice them. So be aware, pay attention. What else? I was going to say something. Mom brain, it went right out. All righty. Well, I can't think of it, but if this conversation sparked any questions for you, please put them in the comments. Let me know. I will be happy to talk about them in future videos, answer any questions that you have, whether it's on this topic or any other safety topics as well. Being moms, my mission is to make sure that we feel safe, we feel empowered, we feel confident. We should not feel paranoid, and we should be able to just enjoy being a woman and being out and being with our kids without having that fear of danger over us. So I'm hoping that these conversations kind of spark some different feelings about self-defense and what it means for us as women. So please write your questions in the comments below, and then make sure please to like and subscribe to my channel as I push out more videos on these self-defense topics that we have here. Alrighty, have a great day.